Why do bad things keep happening to me? I mean that. Just like you, I asked that too. Let's talk about it. Roll it. Today we're talking about this idea of why do bad things keep happening to me? They happen all the time. Each day I have something bad happen to me, just like everybody else. Now, some days it's not as bad as other days. Most days lately have been better than not. Now, for some people, it's the reverse. The idea here becomes the mindset. Why do we get into this mindset? Why do we get into this negative talk? This is the thought I've been having all day because I get this question a lot from people who are online in different chat groups and different presentations I've done, and of course, my coach calls and my coaching clients. And we look at this thought process, and I always wonder, like, where's their mindset at before they start to build this mindset? And I've been dealing with a client that I saw it happening, and it was a lot easier to reverse his process. And I always look at myself, and the question becomes, what do we think about it, and why do we put ourselves in that position? Now, this series has all been about time, energy, and money, and investing that. And in this case, why are we wasting our precious time, energy, and money on that negativity? Why do we waste it? Let's look at this thought process of comparing ourselves. In the last video we talked about this, and we look at it from a perspective of we all have problems, but I always have more problems than somebody else when I look at them from the outside in, eagle eye view. And hey, I got way more problems, but it's subjective to my perspective. And when I'm looking at somebody, I try to step away from that thought process so I can really understand, well, what is causing the big problematic mindset of being negative, and what can be fixed immediately to get them into that path of success, getting going, getting moving. Because once you get moving, well, all the other stuff fixes itself. And then I have to do that for me. Now, granted be, every day something bad happens. I know something bad is going to happen to me because I do so much in different fields, in different areas, in different businesses, you name it. And then you sit there and you go, okay, what can I do? Like recently, I did a bad photo shoot. Man, it was bad. Like I screwed up big time. I also had, like, today it started off with one bad situation after the next, and then my computer crashed, and then the computer's not turning on. And then I got to get my other computer out and load the data somehow on before I lose the data. And then I got to figure out what's wrong with the computer because, I paid a lot of money so I can edit 4K on that stupid thing that broke. Now I'm behind and my client's calling and you name it. You stop, ask yourself, doesn't matter. That's what I do every time. Doesn't matter. And people will think, well, that's the stupidest thing ever. But this is where I do my full stop. Just a full stop on the situation at hand. And I say to myself, yeah, every day something bad happens, but I deal with it. Today happens to be an awesome day for it. It's just like this spectacular day of, let's see how bad it can go. And I stop, full stop. I go, does it really matter? Does it really matter? If I focus on this negativity and this mindset of why do bad things happen to me, I'm going to be stuck there and I'm not going to solve anything, which means nothing will get done, which means I won't be able to even move forward out of this day and it'll continue to the next few days. Instead, I say that and I say, what matters right now? It matters for me to finish A, B, and C, the problems that have presented themselves. And I stop doing everything else and I look at those problems, I write them down, I go, how can I solve these problems right now? I take a step back and I go back to my lists, those time, energy, and money lists that we're going to be investing in moving forward. And I look at those lists. And if you've been watching all the videos, please think about them as a collective, that you're doing something similar there, of making a list that's all the good stuff that's going well, that you want to make better, and all the bad stuff that you want to make better, and you're going to slowly move them over. Okay, and I start working on something positive, something that makes me happy, that's going to get me out of that mindset, that's going to show progress, something that's already got me on a momentum. And I start working on it. I don't spend a lot of time on it, but I start working on it because in the back of my head, this won't be as an enjoyable, moment. And then I bounce out and I start working on one of the critical factors that has screwed up my day. I start working on that and I get that done. And then I go to the next thing. Or I look at my bad list and I go, something that I knew I needed to get done today, let's get that done. And then I complete the next challenge of the day that's made it, a bad day. Bad things always happen. But if I work this way, my mind gets moving in that right direction. This is why today, of all these epic fails, hey, I'm making a video. I'm feeling good because I managed to mitigate the risks. I managed to contain the risks, and I managed to postpone that, that mindset of why do bad things happen to me, that negativity, to another day. And I'm back on track. I still can't figure out what's wrong with the computer, but that's going to get fixed. But my client is the most important thing for me, out of all these problems to fix. I can't afford my client to not get what they were promised. One, from a business perspective. Two, my personal worth. When I promise something, I stick to it. It's my word. And I can't afford to not deliver on my promise from a mindset perspective. And this is where I want you guys to really understand this whole idea. In the videos, I've expressed this thought process of what is your value? What are your values as it relates to the things that exist in your life that you're spending your time, energy, and money? And why are they not, if valuable, an investment? And why isn't it all an investment of time, energy, money into those things? And how do you not value yourself as it relates to time, energy, and money? This is what we have to look at, and this is how we have to move forward in order to find that appreciation for ourselves, to find that movement forward, to get moving in that right direction, one step at a time. Nothing is done overnight. And this is where we look at it and we say, I'm here, I want to get here. How do I achieve that with all the problems that come my way? Bad things happen all the time. And what do you need to do to get moving? It's what we got to look at. This is how we got to get going. And things will start to shape up in the right direction. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Of course, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below, because who knows? Somebody might be watching this. Maybe your comment, they might relate. You might help change a life. Also, don't forget, if you're in an ugly place, watch this. It'll get you moving in that right direction. And if your life is full of problems, as the last video, check that out. It might help get your mindset in the right direction.